Hey, so I recently had the pleasure of organizing and hosting a virtual meetup event for a nonprofit that I work with here in New York City. And one of the main topics, of course, was mental health, right? Provided everything that's going on with the quarantine, the shelter in place. So during our session, one of the main questions that I threw to the group was, what's one thing you learned about yourself in light of all this going on, in light of this quarantine? And obviously everyone gave very deep and insightful answers, and the question turned to me and they said, Troy, what did you learn? And of course I didn't have an answer ready. So they gave me a couple minutes, and the one thing that I shared was it was so interesting to experience just how strong a role FOMO played in my life. Now, for those of you that don't know, FOMO is an acronym for fear of missing out. So it was so interesting to experience the physical, almost gravitational like pull that FOMO had on my life. And provided this global shutdown, for the first time, it really allowed me to exist in a world where I went from moving 200 miles an hour to some days doing nothing. And that coupled with the knowledge, right, that I knew for a fact that the rest of the world, the rest of my city, my community, my peers, my friends, that they were in the same boat, we were in this boat together, it really took on this therapeutic feeling, right? Because now I didn't feel guilty about staying home, right? There wasn't some professional development event or some mixer I was missing out on, right? I wasn't falling behind. I wasn't taking things for granted. And it was a very therapeutic and enlightening experience for me. And following that, this experience also gave me greater perspective on just how much we're all working ourselves every single day, right? And provided this global pause. It allowed me to figure out and work out ways to find greater balance within my own life, right? I thought I was always working at it, right? We think we're always working at it, but it isn't until things come in a complete stop that we can really start to analyze things for what they are. So it was really, and I used that word earlier, it was really enlightening from that standpoint. It also taught me and showed me in some cases just, the fragility of life and just how quickly a loved one can literally be snatched from you. Someone who's healthy and you're having conversations with, just how quickly that reality can change. So more than anything, I think that the greatest lesson I've learned during this quarantine, this very unique experience, this pandemic, was that you have to make time. You have to make time to spend with your loved ones, with your family, with yourself, because just as quickly as our world changed, almost overnight it seems, it can happen again. And you want to at least be in a position next time where you've gave everyone the flowers they deserved, where you've made the time to spend with your loved ones so you have these beautiful memories. So again, in closing, that's really the thing that I'm going to be taking out of this experience as we slowly begin to open back up into some sense of normalcy. So those are my thoughts. Those are what I shared during that session. Maybe not as much, but that was the greater part of it, right? You got a little bit of something extra. So I wish you all the best and talk to you soon.